Ready?
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3. Hey, yo.
Hell yeah.
What's up, buddy?
How are you, dude?
I don't know. I'm all over the place today. We released a music video today and a song, so I've been staring at my phone for 6 straight hours.
Yeah.
My eyes hurt.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
How you been?
I'm good, man. I'm good. A little tired.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Long
but
trip?
I mean, it's like 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't so bad. No, man, I'm blessed. I'm happy to be
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Dude, thanks.
Especially you playing a show tonight.
Yeah, here in a little bit.
It's a late start for a show.
It's weird, right?
Are y'all first or headlining?
No, we're so on our show, we're the second band.
Okay.
But it doesn't start till 10. Or we don't play till 10.
Dang.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty crazy.
Is this Mutants? Is that what
Yeah,
this
Mutants,
is? Oh,
yeah.
dope. Okay.
Yeah.
What band is it?
Clawmarks American.
Oh, sick.
There's a couple of records up on Spotify and stuff.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
Hell yeah, man. You been catching any fish lately?
Dude, as many as I can.
Yeah. I try to keep up with you on social media. I'm like, this man loves fishing.
Dude, I love it more than I love most things. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That was hilarious. I hope you got that on tape.
That
Damn.
was pretty good. Yeah, no, I love fishing more than I love most things for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's your favorite fish, though?
Just any kind of bass I can catch.
Really?
Pretty much,
Bass?
Yeah, I'm mostly a bass guy.
Catch and release or
Yeah,
food?
catch and release.
Yeah?
Yeah, there was a little stretch there a couple of summers ago where I just kind of lived out by the river for like a whole summer.
Hell yeah.
So then I would kind of, I'd eat some fish every now and then, but mostly I just like to catch them and then give them a little kiss and
Sure.
throw 'em back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like a free living kind of guy? Did you live out on the lake or?
Yeah. Well, my life story's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I spent a good chunk of time out by myself, just
Okay.
and all that stuff. Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. My dad worked nights,
Oh.
and he raised me by himself, so I didn't and I didn't have any I have a half brother, but we weren't raised together really. So
Okay.
while I would be getting home when he would be headed to work.
So y'all never even really saw each other.
No, not really. I mean, we did, but it was usually just all right, and then I had free reign to just
Right. Like a latchkey kid.
pretty much. Yeah. I not completely raised myself, but I did quite a bit.
Pretty dang close.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing pretty good for yourself.
Well,
For
depends
self.
on who you ask.
So I assume that's where music came into play then? Kind of killing the boredom or trying to fill some voids?
I don't know. I always loved music.
Sure.
It was actually funny because I was talking to my roommate / bandmate Chase last night about it, but it was the first time I remember just hearing my dad and I were. I'm from Louisiana, so we were driving to Louisiana from Arkansas,
Okay.
and I was maybe I don't know, 7 or 8, and he was playing music, and I heard it, and I was like, "Dad, what is this?" And he just goes, "It's a Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band." I said, "Silver Bullet Band? That's the best name ever, dude. That's amazing." And so, but then on the way here, Chase and I were listening to some of Bob's deep cuts, and buddy, he gets a little weird.
Oh, yeah.
It gets
yeah,
a little
Seeger
bit
gets
weird.
in there.
It's a little bit weird, yeah. But then I sort of got into I always liked metal, Pantera and
Sure.
Metallica's.
All the early age metal stuff.
The
Yeah.
stuff you get into.
Yep.
And,
The popular stuff.
Yeah,
And then you
yeah.
go down these rabbit holes.
yeah, and then and I met some friends, and I got way into skateboarding. I sucked at it. I was no good at it.
Same.
It's just too big.
I
bro.
tried for a year and I
Too
was just
big,
like,
bro.
yep, I'm never going to get good at this. It's
No.
clear.
You know what I mean? I'm an ally or whatever. I like being here.
Yeah.
I scoot around town. But yeah, it's and I had this for a couple of skateboarding buddies that one of them had kind of started learning to play guitar a little bit.
Mm.
And and then I was about 14 then.
Right.
Yeah.
Once you got hooked, you got hooked.
Oh man, it was like I spent 12 hours a day just because, like I said, I was by myself. So when I would get home from school, and then I would just like, or for 12 hours a day for a year.
And do you predate the internet? Like, does your life predate the internet? I don't know how old you are.
I'm 39.
Okay, you're my age then. So basically, the same thing. There wasn't a lot to do, man. And once you found something, you just, that's what it was.
Yeah.
My whole life is this. Well, that's me when I found music. But that was, I found it late. It was like 9th grade. I watched my buddy Rocco Lucido rip a solo with his teeth at a talent show, and I was like, my God.
Yeah. Well, I really think, kind of have a theory of like, seeing it done early on, it in front of you is clutch, because you see it and you just go, oh, that's possible.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
It's just, I can do that, dude. There's nothing to that. You know what I mean? Like, I sit at home and play guitar in front of my son all the time. He's probably going to be a really good guitar player, but he'll sadly know just about as little about it as I do. But
yeah, you don't need to know much, man. Just need to know that this goes with this, and boom.
I'm somehow got everybody. I said, I'm not ashamed to say it. I know literally nothing.
What would you tell me at that show we played? It was like you're just here to make the riffs look good or something like that?
I'm here to make the riff good, man.
That's it.
That's it. Some people aren't good at anything.
He was spoken like a true party animal.
Yeah,
I'm just here to make the riff look good, dude.
That's all, I know my role in life, dude.
Amen. You get to a certain age where you go, you know what? This is me.
Yeah, I like riffs.
Same. I'm addicted to them at this point.
Yeah.
I was trying to write a few yesterday at band practice. I was like, man, I've had these ideas in my head. Let me get them out of here real quick. I don't get to play often on a real rig, Everything's at the space.
See, a lot of people think this is strange when I tell them this, but I hardly ever play plugged in.
Really?
Unless I'm at a show. Every song I've ever written has just been on an unplugged electric guitar.
Just flappy strings? Listen.
I know what it sounds like.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
Distortion built into my brain.
Yeah, dude, I know what it sounds like. So, but then, when you get to practice and you're like, all right, I got this, you're actually hearing it for the first time. You're like, oh, sounded cooler.
Maybe that 4-2 thing ain't working out.
Those mix it. Overall, the vibe's cool.
Yeah. Hey, you figure it out. You're smart. Yeah. I always hand it over to my buddy Justin. I'm like, hey, what's the backwards one of this one?
Yeah. I kind of always tried to challenge. I still do it, challenge myself as far as playing guitar, and that I intentionally will write well above my level of playing, and then I just will play it for hours until I can play it.
Man, I learned that lesson way too late in life. I just started doing that 2019. I wish I'd have known that at a younger age, because I was just it was more about the funness of it, and I had this rule: if I couldn't go bonkers whilst playing the riff or the note, I can't have it on me, because I lose my mind.
Right.
Very spastic.
Right.
Especially when I was young and full of all the energy. Right. And so I just wrote to serve that part, the performative aspect of it. And that kind of just stuck with me forever. And then we did Kurt's cover show, and it kind of all changed, because all that stuff was above my means. And I was like, and after it was over, we started playing our own stuff again. And I was like, damn, I'm way better now.
Yeah.
I challenged myself, and it worked.
I do the things where I just continually make my guitar parts way harder than they have to be.
Right.
And then the problem with that is once the live thing starts happening, I truly don't care if I hit all the right notes.
Really?
It doesn't bother.
You just let that fall right off your back, huh?
Dude, I don't care about it.
That's awesome.
I
don't have that.
Which, I do, it's silly. I'm trying to hit all the right notes.
Sure.
But in my head, it's and if somebody walks out of here and oh, that guy missed a note, well, then I should have just stayed home. You know what I mean?
Sure.
If that's the thing you remember out of what just happened on this stage, is oh, that guy missed one note or whatever. Well, probably not in this.
That's a fair point.
Yeah. I don't really care about that. It's just rock and roll, man.
It is just rock and roll. Sometimes I forget that.
That's the thing is I think it's good that you said that because I think that somewhere along the way that people just forgot rock and roll means you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, man.
You can do whatever you want to do. I'm
It's
wearing
supposed to be.
pants,
You are wearing and an old ripped up Metallica T-shirt
from 1986.
You stepped out of 1986.
Hell yeah. You can do whatever you want, dude. Yeah. It's rock and roll. It's supposed to be fun, man.
It's supposed to be fun. Yeah. That's what I'm.
Everybody's all freaked. Oh no, we gotta have our internet limits or what? I don't care about none of that, dude.
I've been getting back to that. I've been getting back to my roots in that. And I said it on a couple of podcasts ago where I was like, I'm trying to refine the nonsense, the fun.
That's
I want to just be really, really, really stupid. We're playing a wrestling match coming up soon, and I'm going to get belligerent. Not drunk, well, maybe. Probably both. But I mean just belligerent as in like in my playing. I'm almost 40 years old, and I've got no reason acting like I'm 20, but I'm gonna.
Man, yeah, I don't know. I think it's just, like I said, it's okay. It's like, if rock and roll means you can do whatever you want, dude. It's supposed to be fun.
Free-spirited.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm fucking sitting. Come on, man.
Who's making all these rules, man?
Yeah, what are we doing? I didn't get into rock and roll because I'm good at following the rules, people.
Exactly,
that's
dude.
How I got here.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's exactly right.
No.
I had a middle finger up the whole time I was anywhere.
Yeah. I dropped smooth out of high school. Yeah. Well, like I turned 18 and I hit in my head. I was like, "Oh, you mean you guys can't keep me here now?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Y'all never see my ass again.
Bye.
I was out of there, dude. Don't take any thing that I say to heart as far as like advice goes.
Hey, you're just living your life, man.
Hey, man.
What part of Louisiana are you from?
From the bottom.
Like Broussard, Lafayette?
Well, I was born in Faraday.
Okay.
Which is kind of like for central Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
But I lived in Kaplan, which is like south of Abbeville or south of Lafayette.
Yeah.
It's way down there.
I've spent a couple months in Broussard, like adjacent to Lafayette. Mm-hmm. Had some really good friends that live down there. Man, I love Louisiana.
I love it too. I'm very happy to no longer live there.
I'm sure you are.
Like, I love it. It's
a great visiting spot.
Oh, I'm proud to be from there. It's great, but man,
it's its own country.
Yeah.
It's not a state, dude.
Yeah, I tell people that a lot. It's not the same thing.
It is one place where when you get into it, not like Shreveport, Bossier, that's all normal.
Yeah.
They got malls and shit.
Yeah.
Still. When you get down there where it's hard to understand what the fuck someone else is saying to you and you live in the same place, it's like, all right.
Dude, my mom could like, from what I was told, because I didn't know her then, but she couldn't hardly even speak English till she was about 18.
Oh, wow.
My papa.
Was she one of those mixed French
stuff?
Yeah,
just Creole.
Creole.
So Kaplan is in Vermilion Parish, which is legally known as the most Cajun place in America.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, so it's like a big deal. And like my papa, he only spoke like Cajun French.
Wow.
And my mom, like and growing up, she would only really speak it around me when like she was trying to say some shit she didn't want me to know.
Oh, right.
Was really, really mad. You know?
So it brought you. I guess your parents probably split up, and your dad brought you up here.
Yeah, well, they moved up here because my dad had some family up here, up to like the northwest Arkansas, and then.
Oh, okay. Well, that's where you live now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just kind of I went back and forth, like I would do like half a year here in Arkansas, half a year. I went back and forth a while, and then lived down there for like only for a few years, but for most of the part, it was all up here.
Okay.
It was like most of my like development.
So like all the music and all that stuff, that's all Arkansas based.
There wasn't none of that where I was from.
Banjos.
If that. I can play the banjo half-assed.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have even learned that there, probably.
Now that's some dedication.
Yeah.
That banjo is one tough cookie to crack.
What sucks about it is like, I feel bad for like anyone who's friends with anyone who's trying to learn how to play the banjo.
Because it's annoying as all hell.
God bless, man. It is oh, man.
My right eye won't stop twitching,
but
Jerry.
when
You
it's
gotta
good,
quit.
You're like, dang, that's awesome. But then you're like, when he's learning, you're just like clank, 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 clank. Like, God, do that. Go clank, clank outside. Go clank, clank outside.
I know exactly what you're talking about. But when it's good, damn,
like,
it's good.
Yeah. I used to be in a band with this guy named Nick Shoulders, who's like pretty popular in the sort of like the alternative, sort of like country-ish world. But man, he was a fantastic banjo player. And watching him and hearing him every night, you're like, God, you are so talented, you know?
Yeah.
But then like you pick it up, he was like, yeah, you know, it's a little bit much for everyone around.
Yeah. It's like bagpipes.
Yeah, because who even knows if you're good at that or not?
That's right.
Let's be real. What key is this in? Bagpipe. It's not a key. It's just, let's be real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never heard that. What key is this in? It's in bagpipe, dude.
It's in bagpipe.
Yeah, it's a bagpipe.
Yeah. It kind of weaves around.
So you start playing like 14-ish, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So bands right off the gun? I know mine was like, I jumped in way too soon, dude. I was like 1 year.
Yeah.
Dude, I got to get in a band.
Well, first it was like just learning like a bunch of Nirvana songs.
Like us, all of us, yeah.
and
Mel Bay's book and a...
Yeah, well, I still can't read none of that stuff. I can't read tablature. I can't read
it either. I knew it for a second and forgot all of it.
My brain doesn't hold numbers.
Like chords and stuff, I can do them.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are called anymore.
I'm stupid.
Yeah.
I just... It, man.
Just listen. You by ear.
Yeah. I mean, I had like I had it given to me was a big, huge box full of Guitar World magazines. So I read them cover to cover and didn't understand none of what I was reading, but I still was just like, yeah, this is great, you know. And I still, if they weren't like $12 a pop these days in Walgreens or whatever.
Right.
God. But yeah, so I always read it, but yeah, probably my first like was just me and my buddies trying to figure out Nirvana songs.
Mm-hmm.
You might like jam in a garage.
Oh yeah.
But then probably when I guess it was 1998. I don't know. I was probably
that'd be like 15
or 16. Yeah. I got taken to my first like punk rock show.
Oh yeah.
And it was Living Sacrifice actually.
Was my first
underground
band too, dude.
And a band called Bishop Montgomery Football.
Okay.
Which I ended up being like the first actual band I was ever in. Later on down the line. You know? So that was like my first like band. I was Bishop Montgomery.
An already established act for quite some time too.
It'd been around for a while.
That's one hell of a name, by the way. Bishop Montgomery Football.
Yeah. It was basically backyard wrestling meets Zayo.
Ooh, baby.
It was,
speaking to my soul.
It was a mess, dude. It was a mess. Singer would like light himself on fire and shit.
What?
I'm not making it up. People that were there saw it. It was a shit show, man. It was like 2 or 3 days before his wedding. His name was Adam. It was like 2 or 3 days before his wedding, and he like lit his whole shirt on fire. But then like some of the like rubber cement or whatever he had used had gotten on his stomach. So then he like had like second and third degree burns on his stomach on the day of his wedding. Like it just.
This cummerbund hurts.
Yeah, right. This is some cumber bullshit is what this is. But yeah, it was that was the first one, and then I just really never stopped.
Yeah.
So I think my first like show was in either like 99 or 2000.
Right.
It's kind of crazy.
20. It's everything's so long ago now, right? Yeah. Yeah, I was eating lunch with my mom earlier today, and I was like, why does time feel like it doesn't exist anymore? What the hell happened?
Yeah, no, it's going to be Christmas soon.
Oh, yeah, it's June. Yeah, it's going to be Christmas like next week, man. Yeah. That's what she asked me. She was like, what do you want for Christmas? I was like, I don't know. Is that really
I don't even know if I'm going to be alive by Christmas.
Yeah.
So.
Or you.
Yeah,
let's be
so
fair.
Just surprise us. Whatever we get, we get.
Oh, man. Dude. So what's some good stories, man? Tell me some good stories. I want to know. I love like show stories. Like what's something
what are you laughing
wild?
at, Kurt?
Nothing.
Right, cool.
I know you got to cause some good ruckus.
Well, I'm not really a ruckus causer. I'm pretty chill.
Pretty chill guy.
Individual.
Yeah, you do seem really chill.
Man, I don't know. There's a lot.
We've done so much and seen so much. You've been everywhere.
One thing that sticks out in my mind is, you remember a guy named Bradley Hathaway?
Absolutely.
I was on tour with him, and we had this guy that was sort of like driving for us. His name was Brendan. He was from California.
Okay.
And we're driving somewhere through Illinois, and like this was sort like, I don't know if I don't know if he's never been on a toll road before or whatever, but we come up on his toll booth and he's like, what do we do? And he bobbled and missed it, you know, he kept driving.
Oh, yeah.
And he was freaking out. I'm like, dude, it's all right. We'll stop at the next one. It's okay, you know. He's like, okay. And we're driving and we're listening to the band.
Nice.
Real loud. Listen, really loud. And like Bradley's kind of asleep in the back and I'm in the front seat. Brendan's driving up on Cripple Creek's playing real loud or whatever. And then, okay, here's the next toll thing. We start slowing down, and as we're pulling into it, Bradley sticks his head up and he goes, hey guys, are we getting pulled over? And we were like, no. We're stopping at the toll booth. I swear I hear sirens. We were like, huh? And when we pulled into the toll booth, like 4 cop cars went right around the front of it. They jumped there. They shot in right behind us. And they all got out with their machine guns and stuff. And they're like, get down, hands in the air. Apparently,
running a toll booth?
Dude, that's what I was like. Y'all take these tolls serious as shit in Illinois.
Yeah, dude.
But what it was apparently they had been behind us trying to pull us over for like 10 miles.
Oh, you didn't hear him?
Didn't hear him because the band was loud. It was really loud. And we're just driving along not paying attention. Yeah. Brendan's from California. I don't know. You know what I mean? So, like, we get there. They're like, get out. They run dogs all through our stuff. And we were doing, like, 90 mile an hour. So all these cops think that they have been in a high-speed pursuit.
Right. And you're just rocking out, dude.
Idiots. It's 2 dudes from Arkansas and a Californian in here. And a whole van just packed full of nonsense. There's nothing illegal in here, but they searched and did everything.
There's a box of tambourines and a cajon.
Just nothing in here. And so that was pretty crazy. That one comes to mind for sure.
Bradley Hathaway, man.
Yeah.
What is he doing? Do you still keep in contact with him?
Not really.
No.
I mean, I know.
Were you playing for him?
I did for a while, and I also opened for him too.
You were like
he
solo act.
Yeah,
okay.
He did. This was a long time ago. He did like a house tour.
Yeah.
And it was after he had been on tour with like Blindside and all that stuff. So he did this like house tour and asked if I would open, just like playing singer songwriting songs. And like I was like, yeah, sure. And so I just like. Back when you burned CDs, you know what I mean? You'd buy the little CDRs or whatever. Maybe that's not even what they're called.
Yeah, CDR.
Okay.
CDRW, man, if you want to rewrite it.
See, so like I would just like dub them on there and then like spend the whole day just like drive to wherever we were going, like writing different customization, like drawing little things or whatever. And just like, here you go, $6. I don't know.
Please.
Yeah.
Free if you don't have any money, but $5.
Bradley's just like raking in hundreds and hundreds of dollars off of his t-shirts. I love Bradley, but it was pretty fun.
He got really, really popular for such a strange. And I do like this, and my belt is to the side.
Yeah.
With studs white covered.
It was pretty funny. Because I knew him long before that, all that stuff. And he ran this venue in Fort Smith called The Gate.
Yeah, dude. Whoa.
Man, saw and played some amazing shows there. And then, so that was how I met him.
Okay.
But yeah, he's a great dude. Bradley's a good dude. But one day my band at the time was playing at the Gate, and I was there early, and he was like, Philly, you like words and stuff, right? I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah.
I like to talk.
I like words, dude.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, you ever heard of slam poetry? And I was like, yeah, I know what slam poetry is. Well, I went to this, to see this slam poet perform, and it was, like, really inspiring. And so today I was, like, out at the creek or whatever, and I wrote one. You want to hear it? And I was like, yeah, I did, sure. So I actually heard Bradley's first poem. I was the first person he ever recited a poem to.
That's awesome,
Pretty
dude.
funny.
Now that's awesome.
Pretty funny, yeah.
And he got to do some kick-ass tours,
Oh,
man.
yeah, dude.
This is with Blindside and Me Without You. I saw him that one, bunch of ones, but that one sticks out the most because
they're like, holy crap, that's huge.
that was ridiculous.
Blindside was big as crap.
At the time, it was like, I mean, they were on Metallica's label. They were massive.
They were mega huge.
Mega huge.
Yeah, that record's awesome.
That record is.
Yeah, and so, I'm sure I got some Hathaways.
I have one. Do you remember the Mexico boys? Aaron and all them guys? I was friends with Aaron and Mitch.
I don't remember. I was buddies with Josh.
Oh, yeah.
The singer.
Yep.
Because when I was in Bishop, he played bass in a band called the Fraggin' Monarchists.
Whoa.
So and they were like a punk band. This is long. This is like the 90s, late 90s. That was how I met him, and I was in this band called Hold Your Own, and we played a bunch. Mexico.
Dude, they were so good.
They were really good.
I think Mitch was the drummer. Yeah, Mitch was the drummer, and then Aaron was one of the guitarists.
Okay.
And he was telling me, this is Bradley Hathaway story. You know, on tour, money's tough, man. And you all get, like, you know, your $5 a day or whatever. And they had a really good night, you know? And I guess this was in the early days before Bradley really took off. But he he was telling me, I did an album with him. So we're just sitting bullshitting. And he was like, yeah, man, we had Taco Bell, which at the time, we had a really good night. Everybody got like $20, you know? Oh, my God. And so they had this big tray of food. Well, they had this game called Fop. Yes! There you go.
Fop game.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm well versed in the Fop game, buddy. In fact, I was recently telling someone about the Fop game earlier. You would have like your tray of food, right?
Dude.
And like, there were certain little rules. Like, if you didn't have your napkin covering your fork, and like your drink facing a certain way, or there was just little things like that. If you're walking through somewhere and you see that the napkin's not right, you just go Fop and slap it out of their hands into the floor.
Yes, and that's what happened to poor Bradley that night, and he said he cried. He was so upset.
That's gold, dude. That's good.
Yo, I've told that story 100 times, and no one has ever known that game.
Oh, the Fop game, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking Fop game. I would get so mad. Yeah,
dude.
If you listen, I will fight you in real life over this.
Do not fight me, man.
I'm not playing the game. I'm not part of this game.
And we just told a bunch of people this game, too, so that's even worse. Yeah. It's coming
well, y'all
back.
Play it. Y'all have fun playing
sure.
it. I didn't play that game.
I think maybe people have too much respect for people these days to do it. I think that game, they might just go, man, y'all were really assholes.
Oh, dude, there's so much of that, yeah. I mean, like, even, like, back, trying to think. Like, with touring before GPS.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Lost City.
Oh, no, well, we just had a big book of maps, and everyone knew how to read it. But then, like, MapQuest coming along, and it would always turn your ass down the wrong way, and it was a nightmare.
You end up down some like 69428, and you're in like Texas in a cornfield going 80. Like we're gonna die. We're all gonna die.
And like even like before cell phones too, really. So it was just like you weren't just in constant communication with these people. We are just gonna show up somewheres in Texas, and I hope there's a place and a show and a person there that knows what I'm talking about when we get there.
Right. You know? Hopefully the sign for the city is like,
gosh,
golly, it was so different.
Yeah.
So even with MapQuest, it was still just such a different thing.
Oh yeah.
And now it's just like pop your phone, do the thing, put on the radio. Who cares? Yeah. The car damn near take you there on its own. Pop the cruise and go.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. Not the way it used to be.
So is that how you got connected with all these people? Just because of your proximity? Like you just lived in the right place?
Man, I don't really know, honestly.
Like just showing up and showing out, really,
yeah,
probably.
Really, I just
because that's the way it used to work. If you just did cool shit, your name got around in channels you didn't even know.
My theory is like if you just be yourself long enough and hard enough, eventually somebody will take note of it and appreciate you for it. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
like that.
I've been, I'm in Norma Jean now.
Right.
I've been in a handful of other bands that were signed and on labels.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Most of them usually get signed after I quit. I'm not very good at being in a band. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm a nightmare personally.
Do you just get like bored easy?
No, I don't care about a lot of it.
The semantics.
I don't care.
The red
Take
work.
me off of the email list. I don't care to be in the group chat. Okay, Philly, this day, this time. Don't be too far in advance because I won't remember.
Right. Oh yeah.
Like I kind of am just off in my own land most of the time.
I respect that.
I don't know. I just don't care about all this stuff. I don't care about talking to people all day long to get my band on a show. I just never have been about it.
After what I've been through today, I envy you so much, sir.
Yeah, but still somehow like I can still keep getting the good gigs. I don't know. I'll take it.
Personality wins, dude.
I think what it is I'm blessed to know a lot of really talented people.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas has some
dude,
I've been around this whole entire world, like all the way around it and back.
Yep.
It's a really special population here.
I've been screaming it for years.
It's kind of crazy.
So one of the big reasons I started this whole thing here.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's an unbelievably untapped thing. Mm-hmm. Some of the best musicians I've ever seen play shows in my life were in a band that played a handful of shows, and they never did anything ever
again.
And they all lived right here in Little Rock. It's just unbelievable.
Oh man. Well, and there for a while, say probably 2000. 3-ish, 4-ish, 5-ish.
The scene explosion.
Yeah, it was really big there for a while. My band at the time, Hold Your Own. Whenever we would play in Fayetteville, it was usually us and the wedding.
Oh damn!
And there would be 400 people there every time we ever played.
The wedding.
It was wild. Yeah, those were my boys back in the day.
The shirt with the thing.
We would all stay the night at each other's houses and
classic
write music together. Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's wicked. What a good band that was.
Oh, great dudes too.
They should play Furnace Fest. What's going on with that?
I don't know.
They should. I mean, that's Furnace Fest is like the Let's Bring Everyone Back from the Dead Fest.
Well, I know they all kind of live. Band. They all scattered.
Oh, okay.
The original vocalist lives in Northwest Arkansas still. Trevor, the guitar player, is in Puerto Rico.
What? Okay, that's
the
little far.
The original drummer, Clint, I think lives in China. Yeah. And then two of the other ones live in Nashville.
Okay.
A little closer.
A little closer. Yeah. Maybe we could find a couple fill-ins for the other two.
They
Holy smokes,
could,
man.
They probably could. Well, yeah, I don't know. You couldn't really replace Trevor because he was, for the most part, the primary songwriter guy. He was sort of the guy that started the band. Clint was hard to replace.
Right.
He was so good. If you ever hung out with Clinton Ray Robinson, there's only the one.
Right. Man. I get that. I'm hung out with enough good musicians to know. Oh, you're you. Mm-hmm. There's only one you, and you're it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's great.
Isn't that interesting in those circles when you ride around and the more you do? When I was really into it, working production and doing bands and touring and all this stuff, I was doing everything all at once, trying to just do something. You meet so many people that are so their own thing or super talented or whatever, and you're just surrounded by it. Mm-hmm. It's wild.
It is well, and then what's weird is sometimes I'll be on Facebook and I'll see one of my friends from this circle talking to one of my friends from this whole ass other circle and be like, how do y'all know each other? And like, the same way we know you, dude.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? It's a pretty small world, really. But yeah, so that part's always interesting.
Yeah, I love that, because then you forget too. Have you ever been? I'm sure. Well, I know you have. This moment where you're just having a conversation with somebody, and then somebody like a fan. And I've been a fan. I'm a fan of a lot of stuff. I love being a fan of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody comes up and they're like, "Oh my god, blah 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 blah," and you're just like, "Oh yeah, forget." They're like incredibly talented. Like, and people love them.
Well, like, I mean, I'm pretty. Even just one of the last shows, this guy came up to me and was like, I know who you are, dude. And I was like, this pertains to what?
Yeah. Don't tell the police.
You know what I mean? What? He was like, I watched your rig rundown. I was like, oh, right, okay. You should lead with that one next time.
Yeah.
Like,
I watched your rig rundown. Shout out to rig rundowns, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Especially old school APs and guitar player and guitar.
Dude, in the Guitar World magazines, they had the picture and like with like all the whole diagram, all the wiring laid out, and there's like a little cartoon picture.
And it let you know the secrets. Yeah. Peeking behind the curtain was so crucial in those days.
Yeah, and I didn't understand none of it. I was just like, there's a lot of shit, man.
Especially the bigger bands, because they have so much stuff, and you're like, how do they pull this off? And you see it, and you're like, now I get it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people their asses off. That's how they get that done.
And then you working behind the scenes, and you're like, oh, some of this is bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Couple of combo amps in the back there, full stack.
Yeah, well, you know.
It's a tighter tone. Hey, listen, man.
It is what it is, you know.
It is what it is.
Rock and roll looks cooler with full stacks.
It does, man.
That's just
sounds
science.
Better, too.
Yeah, it's just science. Everybody knows that.
It is a science.
Yeah.
It's an eye-pleasing, there's stuff to look at.
Yeah.
That's why I never really liked scrims. You covered up all the shit I like.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, or like a lot of bands these days just like run their like Kempers and stuff. It all just goes front of house.
Oh yeah, it's all front of house.
And have a completely silent stage.
Yeah.
That would freak me out.
It freaks me out.
I've never actually had to like deal with it, or like I've been on tour with some of those bands, but like even they will use like live, like Periphery and stuff. They use live cabs, you know. What I mean? Just seems like it would be strange to me.
I couldn't do it. I like the thing of it all. I don't know what the word is, but the plugging it in. Yes, man. The stage volume.
Yeah, I have to feel that it hit me in the back before. Like that's how I know it's loud enough.
Yeah. When I go with the one in the open, the chin, like I want to.
You gotta feel that. Yeah.
I want my heart to kind of stutter a little.
Yeah.
Something real pleasant about that.
Yeah. For like us only. Everybody else doesn't get it.
There might be a little bit of narcissism in that. It's like, you now pay attention to me.
Yeah.
I'm the man with the stick that goes boom.
Man, but then even like, I think people get pretty, like I am fairly nerdy about like guitar gear and stuff, but
dude, your Gibson, the lightweight one, the black one.
Oh, I don't have it anymore. I know.
No.
I know. Yeah. Dude, the internet, the whole internet shit all over that guitar. They hated it. Dude.
The best picture of you in the world at the house show.
Yeah,
with the up in the air.
Whole thing.
Dude.
That guitar was light as a feather.
You went full Christ air with that thing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh my God.
That guitar is great. But like.
The Brigade sticker?
Yeah, when I bought it, because I bought it for $150.
I remember you telling me that. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and I was like, well, for a Gibson, like, okay, like all right, you know. And then I replaced the pickup and the tuners, and off we went. But there are several pictures I remember seeing, like, on the Norma Jean InstaWebs post or whatever, where someone was like, "Is that a fucking Gibson Firebird Zero?" And I was like, "Yes," and it rips, dude. You'll never know.
Your favorite band uses it, dork.
You'll never know, dude, because the internet doesn't like it.
Yeah, you'd never know if you didn't see a photo of it.
Yeah. No, but I loved that guitar. Yeah, now I just have I think I'm playing a different guitar for Clawmarks tonight, and even in Norma Jean these days. So
Using like a Les Paul or something.
no, it's there's a company from Texas that builds me guitars.
Oh, custom.
Yeah,
Nice.
so they built me 2 of them. The first one, I think I had it at that house show, but I didn't play it that night.
Oh, was it gold?
No, it's like an Explorer type, but it's like got a walnut top.
Oh, yes. Yes.
It's a beautiful guitar.
You did. You showed it to us.
But it weighs as much as my truck. Like it's
Yes.
unbelievable.
What's the name of that company? Is it Cower? What
it's
is
Wasteland.
it? Wasteland.
But
Okay.
it's one of those things where they like you get rid of the vowels, so WSTL.
Right.
Wasteland.
I'm in a band. I know
Yeah.
these sound. I know how
So
these things work.
they,
Spell it with a Z.
yeah, Wasteland. But yeah, he built me a second one, and it's awesome.
Dude, that's
Great.
wicked.
Yeah.
How does that feel, man?
It's cool, man. You know, like the first one, I just was like, yeah, everything. Oh, I want all of it. What can we put in here? You know?
Yeah.
And then
Push button, kill switch, and everything.
But like it's set up pretty simple, but it weighs, like I said, so much because I was like, I want a double bound Les Paul custom in the shape of an Explorer,
Which is a lot of wood.
so it's just heavy.
It's a lot of guitar.
Yeah, and my new one, it's I don't have to get into the nerdy specs, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty ridiculous.
I'm a very simple man. I like a pickup and a volume switch.
Yeah.
The tap too, so you can just get a little bit of extra tone in there.
This one just
Clean.
just one pickup,
Yeah.
one knob.
That's it.
There's no switching, no nothing. Just a big old dime bucker in the bridge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh,
And
gainy.
It's baritone.
Is it really? My new one's a baritone too.
It's baritone.
God, so sick.
The frets are scalloped from the 12th fret up.
What?
It has Born to Boogie inlaid in the
Come
fretboard.
on.
Oh,
Have you
it's
posted
so-
a picture of
Oh, yeah,
this?
it's on the Instagrams.
I got to go find that.
Oh, dude,
that
it's-
sounds amazing.
It's ridiculous, yeah.
Born to
It's
Boogie.
it's all gold. Even the frets are gold.
Come on.
It's ludicrous.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Then I was like, I was out, and when I was kind of putting it together with the guy or whatever, I was just like, like, man, remember when you were like 6 years old and like the world was made of magic and your dad could beat up everybody
Dude,
or whatever? Like,
I romanticized that
yeah,
time.
kind of like give me that in a guitar, like a metal guitar. The guy's like, okay, cool.
That's
So like it's like the inlays kind of look almost a little bit childish, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's rock and roll is fun, man. You
Yeah,
can
it
do
so
whatever you
is.
want.
That's right.
You can get the most ludicrous Born to Boogie inlays or whatever on your guitar. It's awesome.
If you rock and roll long enough, you can just have your own guitar.
Yeah, dude. That's the best answer I can give. Yeah.
That's wicked. Have you been playing with anyone lately?
The Clawmarks American.
Just Clawmarks?
Yeah. I'm about to do another Norma Jean tour.
Woohoo! Which?
With Memphis May Fire.
Oh.
It starts in like
Yes.
less than a month.
Yeah, I saw the flyer.
Yeah,
That's
less than a
sick.
month, yeah.
You're doing that run.
Mhm.
Nice.
And then not really anything after that. Well, Clawmarks has played. I'm kind of like Norma Jean's oh shit guy.
Right.
So
yeah.
like, I'm like Norma Jean's Tony Kukoc or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll take the 6-man or whatever.
Every band needs a 6-man.
Oh, dude, yeah, and it's great for me because I'm, like I said, not great at being in a band,
Mm-hmm.
and like everyone in this band already understands like everything that
You're like
comes with
Sylvester
being with me.
Stallone. The helicopter lands. They're like, we've been looking everywhere for you, Rick.
Something, man, something. yeah. So like, I'm thankful that I'm able to just still be in this band, but I have to.
Yeah, right.
So,
Yeah.
I
Wicked.
got kids and stuff, so
You got kids?
I got one kid. Yeah,
Okay.
Holden, 8.
Aw.
He's amazing. It's
That's like the right age, man.
oh, dude, he's like a special. Like
So are you married or is
no. His
You're
mom,
just joint-
he lives with his mom in Tulsa,
Oh, okay.
and I get him like on the weekend.
Right. Well, Tulsa's not that far from you, right?
No, not really. But yeah, he's a special.
That's wicked,
Yeah,
dude.
he is great. He's autistic. So like the things that he's sort of chosen to focus on are
Mhm.
like he's like a pro wrestling encyclopedia.
Oh, dude.
It's amazing, dude. And like he lately he's a huge hip hop nerd. He'll
right.
like just want to like sit down and describe in great detail Kendrick Lamar's discography to me.
Oh my
you know,
God,
like,
yeah, I love Kendrick Lamar
it's
so
pretty
much,
awesome, dude. He's like, he's great.
That's awesome. I love their ability to deep dive like that and hold that information in.
He's great. Best.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. And Dad's a rock star.
Yeah, you know.
Kids over here reciting Kendrick.
What's
like,
funny
come on.
is he like after I did a tour last year with Norma Jean, with Emery, and
Fun.
who else was on that tour?
Was it Silverstein?
No, Emery, Aaron Gillespie from Under
Oh,
Oath.
oh, yeah. With
Oh,
the,
is doing the Almost record.
Yeah.
Man. Idle Threat.
Idle Threat.
And they're awesome. And like I made buddies with Aaron Gillespie on that tour. Well, Holden has us like a signed, autographed Under Oath poster in his room. He's like a huge Under Oath fan.
Yeah.
And I posted on my Instagram one time this thing for a fundraiser for his school. And then Holden's mom texted me a few minutes later. It was like, did Aaron Gillespie donate to Holden's fundraiser? I was like, I don't know. He has kids, and we talked about our kids quite a bit, so maybe, you know. And she just sent me this picture of Holden, like, freaking out, pointing at his Under Oath poster, and she just goes, Holden came up to me and goes, how does the drummer from Under Oath know me? And she goes, oh, well, his band is friends with your dad's band. And he goes, oh, really? She's like, yeah, they kind of started around the same time. They're friends. And I could not.
Dude, I love that. That's so awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That's very cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And so shout out to Aaron. That was a really cool. Move.
That's a wicked move. Yeah. Stand up.
Yeah, I texted him after. I was like, did you give money to Holden's thing? He was like, yeah, dude, I had to. Man, I appreciate it.
Made his whole life. That's amazing.
And then I sent him the picture and the story or whatever. And he was like, that's amazing.
That is amazing.
Great.
My cheeks hurt, dude. I can't stop smiling. That's a beautiful story.
Dude, he's the best, man.
That's amazing. Holy crap.
He met Billy Corgan one time.
How'd you pull that off?
Festival? In Tulsa. Smashing Pumpkins were playing. And like they were like at the same restaurant. Holden was wearing this like a skeleton T-shirt, right? It's from leftover from Halloween, but he just wanted to wear it all the time. Sure. And he was really small then. Like, I mean, might have been like 3 or 4 or something like.
Oh, okay.
And Billy Corgan comes up to me and goes, "Hey, dude, I like your shirt," and went to like shake his hand, and Holden just looked at him and goes, "I'm Michael Myles." And Billy Corgan was like, all right, dude. And I was like, you don't even know. You're never going to know.
You're never going to know.
Holden, what in the world, dude? You're never going to know what just happened and how hilarious that.
Yeah.
I'm Michael Myles. Billy Corgan, dude.
If I ever meet Billy Corgan, I'm 100% doing that.
I'm Michael Myers.
I'm Michael Myers.
Yeah. He doesn't care about, like, he met Mick Foley, and like Mick Foley signed an action figure and stuff for him. Holden plays with that bitch in the bathtub, dude.
Of course.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care, bro.
know. I'm like, you are crazy, dude.
That's
like,
the beautiful thing about a kid, man.
Great,
just
man.
living life, dude.
It's great. It's great.
There's no holding on to that.
No, man. It's too good.
I ruined a lot of my own toys, man. I wish I'd have kept.
Oh, yeah. All of mine. I've got a lot of guitars that I wish I still had.
Oh, dude, gear, get out of town. I wish I'm to the age now where I'm like, I wish I never got rid of any of it.
Yeah.
Even the crappy stuff. I wish I just held on to it because the stories it has built into it.
But see, I have a theory about that too, is that like I think some cool things just deserve to be shared.
Sure.
It's like a good book. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
What's the saying is like you never let someone borrow a book that you're expecting to get back.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So like it's like, look, I've already gotten all the magic out of this that I need out of it. And now, like, now the magic that I've sort of added to it and whoever I got it from Now it gets you, and you get whatever
It's
you
like a
can
wall
get
in a
out of it.
house.
Yeah. And so you
Ah.
can just kind of like in that way, it just kind of goes forever. And then the story isn't mine or yours or
It's a
whoever.
shared thing.
It's like this guitar. Look at this guitar. You know.
Wild.
It's pretty cool.
Dude, that's poetic. I like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think some
No, I
things,
like that.
cool stuff should be shared sometimes.
I like going into old houses for that exact reason.
Yeah.
When I do construction work mostly, so I walk into everything, and some houses you walk into, you can almost feel a thing, and you're like, "This is special things have happened here. This is an amazing spot."
Or the other way, like let's get the fuck.
Yeah, people have died here. There's definitely
is
blood.
clearly bad.
Yeah. Oh,
is
House can
bad.
tell a story real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh, smells bad in here.
that's death. Hey guys, that's death.
It only smells like the one thing.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Oh my god. So you stoked to play tonight, man?
Yeah, you know, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I love that.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm just floating through this thing, man.
I love your attitude about it. God, I need to readjust my thinking.
I don't know, man. Just whatever happens is gonna happen how it happens. So
Be a little bit more free with it.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, like, there's no sense in the whole concept of like fear of failure, right? Isn't failing bad enough?
I have FOMO and that. I have fear of missing out. Bad.
Yeah, but fear of failing isn't failing bad enough. Why you gotta add fear on top?
I beat myself up so much when I fail, though. My God,
Yeah, but
it's
why?
bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't used to do it.
I say that I'm my own worst critic too, but
Same.
like at the same time, the older I get, it's just like, man, this is just rock and roll music. Like, dude, watch all those videos of like freaking Jerry Lee Lewis. Blah, 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 blah. He's not aiming for it. He's hitting it with his elbow,
Literally,
and his butt, and his shoe, and like,
and it's still magic.
and it's badass because it's rock and roll, man. You can do whatever you want to do.
And you know, one of my favorites that does that is Mr. Scoggin.
Yeah,
He is the king of just
Yeah.
put it pen to paper. It doesn't matter. Let the chips fall where they lie, like or may, or whatever the saying is.
that dude is great.
We just went and watched him. 68 just
Really?
came through, and it was. They played for like an hour and 20 something. Kurt, it was unbelievable.
Watching them every night was pretty special. 'Cause it's just the two of them. And back then it was a different drummer.
Michael,
Yeah. Michael was awesome. But
dude, he's a bad dude.
they like when you watch them, they have like hand signals that they give each
oh,
other.
same thing.
That means thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like two, that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And every night was different. Like
This, you know.
Yeah, and like he just never knew what was like. They're gonna play this Nirvana song, and now they could just. It was special, dude. It was pretty awesome.
It's the system they have worked out, and from what I've understand, it was the same way in the Chariot. They would all just watch for him, and he would just do something, and he never catch on until you know the little secrets. So the whole night I was watching them, dude, and they really do have so many.
Yeah.
I mean, he wipes his sweat a certain way. It's like that means play this song. I mean, it's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Dude. It's awesome.
Who does that?
He's
He's one of those guys.
Dude,
How did
mind,
you think of that shit?
His mind is interesting.
He's a special dude, for sure.
Dude, he wakes up. Not to put Josh's business out there, but this is a funny thing that I thought about him was he'll wake up in the morning and then drink a cup of coffee and then lay back down, go back to bed. And then when he gets up, he's just like normal. And he's like, oh, I read this thing about coffee that it actually does, or caffeine doesn't kick into your till like 45. So I can get up, drink a coffee, and then like get another like almost an hour of sleep. And then like wake up, the caffeine's all kicked in. And I was like, dude.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe so, Josh. I don't know. But
whatever you say, Bubba.
Yeah, well, it's your world's your moisture, dude. And I'm just do whatever, bud.
All right, we heard a good story. Let's hear a bad one. Nothing illegal. Kurt doesn't like when we admit to crimes. I've committed quite a few, but
Yeah.
I'm bad about just saying things out loud because I don't have a filter.
Just like a tour horror story.
Yeah. I love this is one of my favorite things, man.
The last
I
one
mean,
was, yeah.
It wasn't though. It turns out it was amazing because y'all were just listening. The fact that it was the band is far superior.
It was like
to
the night they drove Old Dixie down or something. We're just blasting it through the back roads or the highway of Illinois.
I mean, it's a sketch.
Yeah.
You put that on TV, people are laughing at it.
High-speed chase.
Yeah.
Had no idea.
It's a stoner movie sketch.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, full of non-stoners at the time. Yeah.
Right. Something you'd see in a Cheech and Chong film.
Yeah.
Nah.
License and registration, it's on the back of the car.
What D? It's that way.
Man, I don't know.
Nothing really. Nothing like a.
I mean, I've had some
fist
rough
fights.
tours.
Yeah.
Like
Tours
not
can
fights,
be really rough.
You know, like none of my
You're too laid back for that.
Yeah,
you probably just walk
I'm
away.
half-ass a pacifist, so
Right.
You're good. Like you can't make me mad. Enough.
Anybody ever steal anything from you?
Yeah.
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 Really?
Yeah. Had a couple amps stolen.
I've caught some people trying to steal stuff before.
One time, because you know our good friend Stan.
Mm-hmm.
He
Love Stan.
Loves Stan. But he can be quite opinionated at times. Here a while back, some things was going on with this band that I'm in, and he said something about it, and I never took offense to anything one way or the other because I know my shit is good, and I'm not
sure.
So. I went up to him at that. He came out to the house show, and I went up to him, and we're buds, so he knows me. But he was like, I kind of pressed him a little bit, and I was like, I'm surprised you're here with all that shit you've been talking about my band. And Stan goes, Philly, I love you, dude, but I will fight you because I live here. And I was like, well, the good thing is you couldn't possibly make me angry enough to fight you. And he goes, I know, but that's why it would suck.
That's why
I would do it still. And I'm like,
this is gonna hurt me a lot more than it's gonna hurt you, Philly.
Yeah, you got it, man.
A single tear falls down his face.
As he's punching me, and I'm just letting him, not even trying to fight back.
Just getting pummeled to death.
Do you feel better?
I'm worried about you.
Maybe you should talk to someone.
Yeah. Oh my Lord.
But yeah, no,
just things happen out there that sometimes are so baffling. Sometimes you have a story where it's just how does that even happen?
I don't know.
Fly to another country. The show wasn't real.
Well. Yeah, I've had a really rough tour in Europe once. That was pretty.
Was it one of those fake promoter jobs?
No, but it was Brexit happened while we were in England.
Oh shit!
So we ended up, by the time it was all said and done, we'd spent 2 months in Europe, and then came home and at a loss. Nobody made any money, and I had a baby at the time, and all this other stuff was going on. It was that was pretty rough. That was pretty rough. But I don't know. I kind of just take bad with the good.
There's as much as there is whatever.
Yeah.
I think there's actually more good, really.
No, there's totally more good.
Yeah.
I
we
mean,
just focus on the bad.
Yeah. It's just yeah. That's key.
It's most of my shows go awesome, but the one that doesn't.
Yeah.
And I'm just oh my God. And I'll never forget that show.
Yeah. See, I'm always just I didn't even know what time we're playing tonight. I don't.
I love that, man.
Kurt had to tell me.
He was like, Billy doesn't have a phone right now. I've been texting his bandmate.
I don't have a phone.
It's amazing, dude.
Yeah. I just don't care
I love
about
that so much.
I don't care about it.
I'm so envious of that.
It's I mean, don't be told. It comes from broke assness.
Sure.
But I just, in the list of things that I care enough to spend
phone ain't one of them.
money on, First time my phone bill was hey, you owe us $350. I was like, I didn't vote for this.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I did. I said I agreed to 75 or whatever.
I can't help it. I missed 3.
Yeah, that was scheduling issues.
It's not my fault. I didn't even use the damn thing, so technically I don't owe you shit.
Yeah, and joke's on you because I have an iPhone, and whenever I'm on Wi-Fi, I can still text.
Still work.
People.
Yep. That's that beautiful
Suckers.
workaround. And guess what's everywhere? Wi-Fi.
Yeah, except for at the bar we're playing now. Then I had to have one of our guitar players hey, text Kurt. Does anybody here have Kurt's number?
In a room in Little Rock, one person's got Kurt's number. Yeah, for sure. Oh my goodness. Just go, like walking next door, be like, hold on, I gotta go text.
Yeah, like yeah, I don't know. I don't care about. Like I said though, that kind of shit like makes me hard to be in a band with.
Mm-hmm. Make you like if you're hard to find one night and a bus call and you just
and
forgot.
because I will just if shit gets bad for me, I will just like disappear off into the woods for days at a time.
Is that your therapy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I'll go off, walk down a creek somewhere, set up camp and chill. Like,
yeah.
So. Well, he usually comes back.
He'll be around.
I'm a handful to be in a relationship with and to be in a band with.
Yeah. Someone go check the hiking trails. Philly's been missing.
It's like, I only know the one way,
Yeah, I get it, man. The woods is peaceful.
Yeah, man.
I live in the woods, and I did it on purpose.
Yeah, man. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
No, fishing is sort of like very much like a therapy thing for me.
I get that.
Yeah. Just to get out there and it's like,
just casting it, waiting.
There's just beauty everywhere, and it's like I wish I was on the internet, find something to be pissed off about. Look at all this beauty.
Look at all this beauty everywhere.
Yeah.
Literally everywhere, and then the excitement of the catch.
Yeah, it's great, dude. It's the best drug ever.
And it's just a good skill to have.
Yeah.
You're learning stuff. Yeah. And you can learn stuff every time. Fishing is not exact.
I think mostly what I've learned through fishing is that fish don't give a fuck what you think you know about what fish want.
That's right.
They don't care, dude. Their brain's only this big.
That's right.
We're like, you're doing all this. They have the right color. Their brain is this big, dude. They're just like.
Doesn't care.
It doesn't care, yeah.
Is it hungry? Chomp.
It's going to eat it.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm difficult to be in like a personal relationship with in a lot of ways, just because I'm very sort of absent-minded.
Do you think that changes with age? Has it gotten better?
No. Well,
you know at least more what you want, though.
I think so. Whenever I told you that my son is autistic.
Yeah.
Whenever he was diagnosed, I started thinking and was like. And everything that y'all are saying is like, I'm like, no, that's just what little boys do, like that's
right.
like, and so I had myself tested and am also autistic. So like, I'm just like, I'm not even I don't even know what y'all are dealing with, you know what I mean? Sometimes I'm just like, like with just the emails and all that. So I did not start playing rock and roll because I was good at answering emails,
Right. Oh, hey, preaching the choir.
Or
man,
like with reading tablature, it's like I didn't start.
Who's adding math into this?
Yeah. What are we even doing? That's the worst thing you could add into anything if you're trying to have fun.
That's right. It's math.
Math.
Yeah.
It's an automatic fun killer for me.
Yeah.
So.
Dude. I actually just commented that because somebody was like, if you don't play to a click, I was like, stop adding math to my fun time.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. I'm trying to play riffs, not count.
I'm playing rock and roll.
Yeah.
That is one thing I'll say about Norma Jean is that like there's no trickery going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you come and see us, everything you hear, be it right or wrong, is like played by a human being.
Oh yeah.
There's no like.
And it is visceral.
Yeah.
The last few records really are my all-time favorites. Just like keep pumping out hits.
Yeah, that Death Rattle one's really good.
1,000,000 watts, dude.
Well, that one's on Polar Similar.
Yeah.
That,
just the last few records.
That recording that record was unbelievable. Because we were in.
Isn't that where Nirvana recorded?
Yeah. I can't think of the name of the. I feel like
I would have cried.
I can't. Somebody somewhere is.
He's screaming. No, they're screaming. Yeah.
Oh my God!
As an avid podcast listener, they are at the top of their lungs screaming right now in the future.
Guess what? I've fucking been there.
Yeah. La di da, motherfucker.
I woke up and went swimming in this pool downstairs every day. Going, Dave Grohl totally swam in this pool.
That's probably where they shot the cover for Nevermind.
Definitely swam in this pool. Yeah. But yeah, that was a pretty surreal experience for sure.
Golly,
just like
man.
up there and like this multi-million-dollar and I had just joined the band too.
Right.
So like I had done one tour, and then they asked me basically after that tour to join the band, and Yeah, I don't know. Let me talk to my kid was like months old at. So it was like it was a pretty big.
That's a big decision.
Big decision, yeah.
Especially we gone a lot, especially in a band like that.
I mean, we were gone a month just to record that record.
Yeah.
And you know, and again, I'm not great at communicating a lot of times, so I'd be like, all right, well, I gotta go. What are you just got here, you know?
Anyway, I'll be in the woods.
Yeah, I'm not good. I'll see you, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that experience was crazy. It was in like,
God, I can't even imagine.
It was in Minnesota.
And didn't y'all bring all the gear in?
Well, they had a bunch of gear, but we did drive a trailer with a bunch of stuff up there. Yeah, it was pretty unreal, man. Just
unreal.
Like all the like Failure and Live Throwing Copper was done there, and like all like records that you've heard a million times were done in that one room, you know. Nirvana was the big one for me because I only started playing guitar because like me and those skateboard buddies were, and I've told this story before, but we were just skating around and we went back to my friend's house. He had this VHS that had a bunch of live Nirvana footage on it. At one point, Kirk just goes running and dives through a drum set.
Yes.
And I was like, I have to learn to play guitar.
You can do that? Yeah.
I have to play guitar now.
Yeah.
And he wasn't have shit to do with him playing the guitar. He was just holding one when he dove through the drum set. But it was like the purest, most brilliant thing I had ever seen. Was just
the
like
theatrics of it all.
This is gold. Yeah. So it's like being able to be like, holy crap, when you hear like playback coming through, you're like, surely in the same couch, right?
Yeah.
This can't be the same couch, right? Like
probably the same couch.
Been the same couch.
Does it seem vintage?
Yeah.
The 90s was a long time ago, but not that long ago.
Because there is the studio, and it's basically like a short walk away from this house, but the house is like basically a mansion, dude. It looks like your grandma's house mixed with the Shining house. Yeah. Mixed with from the real world.
The Shining vibes is for real. Dude, like the footage from that y'all released was definite. I was like, that house is wicked and kind of eerie.
And haunted.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know, but there's some things. There's some
parties
that the microwave randomly just started spewing out smoke one time, and we were like, "What is?" It was like nauseous fumes, and everyone.
The devil's in these walls, brother.
So John, our bass player at the time, just took a bunch of tape and taped the microwave off, and it said "haunted" real big on it. And Josh, the producer, comes in, and he tries to. What's wrong with the microwave? And I was like, "Oh, it's haunted, dude." And then he looks at it. And it said, John had done it. And he goes, John, what's wrong with the microwave? And John's downstairs. He's, it's haunted. John's just like, what? This poor producer, dude, you know.
Torturing this man. Oh, you got to go to Starbucks, buddy.
Oh, there wasn't no Starbucks. There wasn't anything around.
Middle of nowhere?
Yeah, there wasn't anything around for an hour in each direction.
Holy smokes. Yeah. Just a lot of grocery trips, I guess?
Yeah.
For a month. That's crazy.
Yeah, we had a runner. We had a guy that would run for us, yeah.
The seclusion must have been nice, though, especially for writing.
Yeah, it was pretty... Well, I mean...
We got nothing to do but this.
The record was written when we got there, for the most part, but...
so y'all just stick that meticulous, getting all the tracking
for the most part, the songs were written, and then we kind of you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Finalized them. But we had been demoing, and it had been, and the producer was involved with every step of the way too.
And boy, did it pay off!
Hey,
that record is nasty.
It's pretty awesome, man.
And the artwork,
for me.
God,
we did all the artwork too.
The vinyl release is insane.
It's awesome. Yeah, I was very happy with it.
Day one purchaser.
Oh, nice,
dude. I love Norma Jean though.
That's great, man. Well, we love you, dude. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a weird ride, man.
You've had a wild ride, man.
Yeah.
My goodness. And now you have to go play a show. Is it that time, Kurt? I know we're on a time crunch, so I don't want to. We're good? Yeah. Let's keep it going.
But yeah, at this point I was in a band that was on Face Down.
Oh, cool. What band was that?
Take It Back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know you were in that.
Yeah. And then I was in
what was that like? Was that?
Well, so Take It Back was originally started with, it was former members of Hold Your Own, the band before.
Oh, okay.
It was a couple of us and a couple of guys from The Wedding. That was who started Take It Back.
Right.
And we chose Take It Back because that was originally one of the names that was up for contention when Hold Your Own we were trying to name that one.
Ah, okay.
And it ended up, we didn't like it at the time because it was the name of like a 7th Star record or something like that. But I was like, it's still a pretty cool band name, you know.
It's a great band
for
name.
a hardcore band at that time, you know.
It sounds perfect for that thing.
And then, and so I was originally one of the vocalists in that band. We had 2 vocalists. And then it just sort of like kept, and then I ended up coming.
Okay.
And then I was in, I've been in 2 solid state bands, which is funny.
Right.
Norma Jean.
Yeah.
And the Overseer.
Yo, Overseer. We played with that band.
I technically named that band.
Really?
Yeah. What's funny is
how long were you in that band?
I don't know.
Did you do the ETID run with them? No? Okay.
No, they were, like I said, my bands all get signed after I quit.
Oh, I see. Yeah, fair.
But yeah,
that band ripped.
Dude, they were awesome. And it started. I was like, they were recording with a friend, and I went to help. And their second guitar player at the time couldn't make it, and so I just sort of like, basically, I helped them and just sort of like played a few little things on one of their songs, and then I had to like help. Because they were really young kids at the time, really young. But they were already so talented that it was like, this is clear that this is going to be a good band.
Right.
And so, like, I was like, what are you guys going to name yourselves? And we don't really have anything. And I just, like, earlier, like a couple of weeks before that, I had thought, name a band Overseer. From that Rage Against the Machine song. The Nina, the Pinta, the Fields Overseer. And like, that is such heavy imagery or whatever.
Right.
But I was like, dang, that would be a cool. And then they just added the Overseer.
How about that, dude?
But so that Solid State band was actually named from Rage Against the Machine.
That's awesome, dude.
Pretty funny.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we played with them and ETID up in Fort Smith, actually. The sick show, the Stone Pony, dude.
Oh, yeah. That was in Fayetteville.
Fayetteville, that's it. Thank you.
Oh, I was at that show.
There you go. We were the opening band.
Dude, you want to hear something weird about that show?
Were you the one that kicked the light off the ceiling?
No. But I was.
R.I.P. the Stone Pony. That was one of the coolest venues in the world.
That was old cowboy bar.
Yeah.
I was hanging out with a buddy that night, and that show was happening. And like I said, I was friends with all the Overseer guys.
Yeah.
And you know, every time I die is awesome. So I was like
the best.
But I didn't have money to go to the show, and we were all hanging out at a buddy's house, and we, one of the guys had some acid, so we were like, okay, well, we'll just do this acid instead. So we're like, okay, we're doing that, and then at some point, one of my friends shows up, and he's like, hey, come with us to this Every Time I Die show. And I was like, I don't have money to get in. They're like, dude, you're not going to have to worry about it. I'm pretty sure. Just come.
Right.
And you'll be able to get in. And I was like, okay. On the way there, I'm losing it.
Zooting.
Yeah. And then so like I get there, and we get out of the car, and I don't have tickets. I don't have anything to get into this show. I see the Overseer dudes, go and give them a big hug, but they don't know that I'm tripping balls, right? And then, like, I start making my way up to the front of the door, and I see another friend that I know, and he goes, oh, hey, Philly, hey, you have a ticket? Yeah, you can have this one. And I was like, oh, man, this is fucking turning out pretty cool, you know? And I give the guy my thing, and I go in there, and while everything's cool, I'm just kind of, like, off to the side or whatever, just kind of like, okay, you know, this is pretty cool. I'm doing good. I'm all right. This is cool. And during the Overseer set, they were like, said something like, this guy helped us out a lot, blah, blah. So thank you to Philly or whatever.
Yeah.
And then at that point, everyone in that whole bar went, and looked at me. And I was like,
I remember that, dude. That's so funny.
I was losing it. My friend Wyatt just puts his hand on my shoulder.
Everyone's just covered in flames.
Yeah,
like,
they're just everyone's staring at me. And Wyatt just pats me on the shoulder and he goes, "I'm so sorry, Philly. I'm so sorry, dude. It's okay. Everything's all right." And I was just like,
Whoa.
and then they like 2 songs later did it again, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then when Every Time I Die was playing, I was like, I was kind of standing back there, and I'm just having a good time at that point.
They did their Nirvana cover at that show,
Yeah,
too.
they did, yeah. And I'm just kind of like saying, and then I was like, you know what? I can think about the time that I went to see Every Time I Die on Acid and just like played the old man holding the wall down or whatever. Or I could just go out there and just ride this wave and see what happens, you know?
Hey.
So I just go out in there in the middle of it, and I'm just literally feels like I'm riding in a wave of people just getting pushed everywhere. And I'm watching Keith Buckley up there, and all I can think is like, dude, you wrote those words.
Yeah. Yeah.
You wrote them. you're and you wrote, dude. You know,
You're having an existential crisis
totally
in the middle
just
of a mosh
while I'm
pit.
just floating, riding the wave of Every Time I Die show. It was just like,
And the copious amount of crowd surfers
yeah,
that night.
That was all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Dude, it was nuts. It was an unhinged show.
Yeah, man.
I remember. Oh my god. No, they love that. Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
they had
no,
a good
they
time.
love that show. We hung out with Legs and Keith like half the night after that show. It was amazing. That was one of the best shows of my life, dude. We
Yeah.
played our hearts out.
That's awesome. What band were you in at the time?
My Hands to War.
Oh, it was the same band?
Same band,
Okay,
man. We're
cool.
still kicking. Just put out a new song. Go check
That's
it
awesome,
out.
yeah.
Kurt did the music video, and it's
Hey, good
phenomenal.
job,
It's
Kurt.
a damn movie, man.
Hey, man, you guys do a lot of hard work over here.
We're doing a lot of hard work. We're trying.
No, I mean, for real, though, like, Kurt knows. I was pretty drunk probably when I told him all that, but, like...
It happens.
You guys work way harder at all this stuff than I do.
Kurt does.
Kurt does.
I have a hard time with it. I'm starting to have what I like to call senior moments.
Kurt, like, dude, you guys, I don't know, just like putting on for everything that happens here. It's just cool. It's cool, you know.
Doing the pod. Kurt's got his 2 fests that he runs every year.
Or even just like on your online, just like everything Kurt says is about an Arkansas band.
Oh, yeah.
Much or
Oh, yeah.
whatever, and like,
He's got his scene page that he runs.
dude, it's crazy.
Got the,
It's awesome.
and now there's a scene group chat that's got like fucking
Yeah.
hundreds of people in it.
Can't
Dude,
Can't
yeah,
do
it's
it.
a lot.
do it, dude. I'll just show it when I'm supposed to riff.
Uh-huh.
I've held down my end of the deal.
It's like the 2 opposites, like
Yeah.
long brown hair man with beards, 2
Yeah.
polar opposite people.
I don't want anything to do with anything outside of the guitar.
Yeah, and Kurt's like, I don't know how to play guitar.
Yeah.
Let me run shit.
Honestly, my interest in this whole thing begins and ends right here.
Right
under
here.
This,
These 6 strings,
Yeah.
maybe 7 if
That's
I'm
it.
bold.
Yeah, that's it.
22 or 24 frets.
I can get around on either.
Okay.
Yeah. All my current ones have 22. But
I'm
I've
a
had
22
24.
baritone type guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had 24 frets. It's just usually takes a little bit to. It's crazy that like even just having 2 extra frets,
Mm-hmm.
and now you kind of have 2 12th fret inlay markers or
Yep.
whatever. Like that, for some reason, will throw me off until I get a little bit used to it. But then,
That double. Oh wait.
yeah, I'm not going anywhere near up here. Dude.
I don't go in there.
The
Dude.
24th fret on the high E string. and
Listen, past 15 is all for show.
oh man.
I'm just going like this,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm just trying to make it sound as cool as possible.
Yeah.
That's what I call a anti-solo.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote one into a song from another band that I'm in on purpose. And what's weird is I actually ended up learning it because I didn't want to play a solo, and now it's a real solo.
Yeah.
But I still call it the anti-solo.
That's funny.
It's so funny.
I've been doing guitar solos all the time, but even though I have no idea how to do them, so and like with Clawmarks tonight, there's a good chance that 70 to 75% of what I'm gonna play tonight is kind of gonna be all off the cuff.
What?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm like it's all kind of we're painting with broad strokes over here.
So you've played so often that your ability to hear something and go, this is clearly where we're going
Well,
with this.
I mean, like we practice and like But that band is just, you just never know what's going to happen, really. Yeah.
Kind of living in the chaos realm.
Yeah, we're flying without a safety net, man.
I like that.
Yeah, we don't. Rock and roll, man.
Yeah.
We're not particularly worried about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's funny because, like, if you think about it, especially, like, if it's a big show, you're like, man, all these people are just staring at, like, like, there's a real potential for this to be terrible.
Yeah.
This could go so bad.
It's like showing up to a venue with no PA system.
Oh, yeah, I've done it. It's awful.
Oh, yeah.
Dude. So bad.
Singers just
we'll
giving
run
it
these
all.
vocals through this guitar mic. It'll just plug it straight in. What? Or through a guitar cab.
The
or whatever.
microphone's got the is that the TRS in instead of the,
or when they just have a sock around it, so you don't shock yourself.
Dude. Yeah. There's a bit of a grounding issue.
Yeah. Well, if I'm touching my guitar and my face comes within,
dude,
sucks.
That's a good pain. That sucks, dude.
But yeah, like I don't know. I'm gonna make up a good chunk of what I'm gonna do later.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I put 3 Trulies inside you before pre-show. Or 2.
Yeah.
We're done.
I'll get through that third one for them. I already have me a couple whiskeys and cokes too.
Nice. Heyo. Well, y'all got to the venue much earlier than we thought you would.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. I just got my belly full though, some good food.
4-quarter feed you, or did you have to go somewhere?
Well, I mean, we paid for it, but it was good. Yeah. It was good. Their food is good though.
Their food is good.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I went there one time for like a band meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this place is pretty cool.
Pretty cool spot. I think it should be a good show. I
think
mean,
so.
that like it's the weekend or whatever is sold out or whatever. So.
The Mutants Fest.
Mutants.
It's like multiple places this year.
Yeah, it's just in 2 spots, I think.
Is it a theater? There's like an old theater or something?
It's Argenta.
4-quarter.
It's pretty nice though. It's a real nice spot inside there.
That's dope.
Yeah. But yeah, so far so good.
So far, so good.
Yeah, but like, don't worry about these 3 little Trulies, dude.
Listen here.
You don't have any idea how many shows I've played on a lot of hallucinogen drugs.
You ever done like all the DMT and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Gone down the.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Meeting Jesus.
Whew.
Oh, I met him.
Yeah.
And he's got a haircut.
What's crazy is when you do meet God, his voice sounds just like yours.
Whoa, that's trippy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like that As Cities Burn lyric. We are, we're just imitating God.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could go on a whole thing here with that, but
yeah, we probably should.
Yeah.
That band goes deep.
Yeah.
I love that band. Shout out ACB.
Yeah, that's kind of a whole thing within the Clawmarks thing too.
Did you ever do any runs with them?
Yeah, actually, I was. So Hold Your Own was buddies with them back in the day.
Nice.
And we would play a lot of shows when they were recording the first record, "Son, I Loved You at Your Darkest" with Matt Goldman.
A masterpiece.
On that same tour that I was talking about earlier with Bradley,
we
stopped through Atlanta to like stay with them for a few days.
Sick.
Been most close to a week or whatever.
Listen to some pre-pro.
And just hang out with them while they're there. And they had this thing. They're like, "Oh, dude, we ought to go down," because they're in a hotel, right?
Right.
And they're like, "We ought to go down to the lounge area." They had like a TV lounge with pool tables and stuff in there. They're like, "Dude, we need to go down there to the lounge and play some Channel 56 Side Pocket." And me and Bradley were like, "Play some what is that?"
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, it's this pool game we made up, like on a pool table." Like, okay, why is it named that? And Colin, who was their guitar player at the time, I think he said, "Oh, well, Channel 56 is like the televangelist channel," and so like we just thought it was funny. It was kind of like, oh, okay, so we go down there and they're setting it up and showing us how to do it, like explaining the rules to us. And Bradley's kind of off, like messing with the TV, and all of a sudden Bradley just lets out a scream, and everyone's like, "What?" And he goes, "Channel 56 is not the televangelist." And we look over, it's just porn on the TV. Just porn. Hardcore porn on this TV coming on Channel 56, apparently. And Bradley was just scarred because I guess he was saying, "I've never seen pornography before." And I was like, "You're a grown man. Stop lying to me."
Yeah, dude.
Bradley Hathaway. But yeah,
it's 2007, Bradley. You need to calm down.
Don't lie to me, son. But yeah, that was pretty funny.
Holy shit.
We'll go down and play some Channel 56 side pocket.
got.
Yep. Yeah, but that was while they were recording that record. That was pretty awesome.
Dude, the level that band stepped up. I heard their demos from somebody one time. I don't know how, but the demos were so bad. And that record is so good.
Oh, man, so good.
What I don't know if it was Matt or if they had a producer on there that just
brilliant band.
God. Well, yeah, they're brilliant.
Brilliant band.
Yeah.
Cody is phenomenal.
He's another one of those dudes. Yeah.
Just phenomenal musician.
Dude, I got a wicked story. What is it? Bachelor party when you're getting married. We go to this cigar store and we're hanging out in Nashville, and Cody and Aaron lived there at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we're hanging out, and I knew Aaron was coming. We're just having a cigar, drinking, and the guy that owns the cigar bar is like, hey man, we got a room back here. Y'all want to go jam? And I was like, fuck yeah, man. And so, but what's crazy is you go back in the back and there's a literal punched out hole in a piece of drywall, and you kind of duck down and you climb through a wall into a boarded up room. And there's just a drum set, a lamp, and a half-ass PA with a guitar.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's it. And then I'm playing, and at the time, I don't know many of these people. I just know the guy that were there to have the party. He's friends with the ACB guys. Mm-hmm. I'm playing, and I look up, and Cody is there playing guitar. It had switched, and our buddy, have you ever met Jukebox Baggett? Mm-mm. No? He's special needs, and he runs around with them. His name's Sean Michelle. Mm-hmm. And he's doing vocals for like about 3 hours. But I got to play with Cody and Aaron in a literal hole in the wall, spot at a bachelor party. Dude's got his shirt off, wearing one of those giant helmets with the horns, and we're just all sweating, smoking cigars. It's the weirdest moment of my life, and I was like, I don't want this night to end.
Dude, rock and roll will lead you to those moments, though. It's what's great about it.
It really will,
man. Like, I found myself in conversations with people that shouldn't be even talking to me. You have no business talking.
Dude. We went to get burgers after, and Cody's like, hey, my name's Cody. And I'm like, uh-huh. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Man, one time in Europe at one of those festivals, I met Zach Wilde.
Whoa.
He was coming from the porta potties, and I was on my way to find catering. Is me and Goose, Norma Jean's old drummer.
Nice.
Every time I die's drummer.
Shout out Goose.
Yeah, I love you, Goose. And we were going to find catering.
And now Better Lovers.
Yeah, mm-hmm. And that song rips too. But of course it was going to.
Of course.
We we're coming. Here comes Zach Wilde, and here's me and Goose. And Zach Wilde is come to talk to this guy that Goose is talking to, because he's now their European tour manager, and he used to know Goose somehow. But then Zach comes over and starts talking to me, and he's literally had a 45-minute conversation with me, and all I was thinking was dude, you do not have to talk to me.
Yeah. I'm not worthy. The Wayne's World thing. Yeah, I'm not worthy.
You don't have to talk to me, dude. And he's telling me all, giving me life advice and stuff.
1977, dude.
Oh, dude, he had some crazy stories.
I can't even imagine.
I can't even tell his stories for him, but he just basically he was like, it all comes down to one thing, whether or not you can hang. He was like, we all knew Tommy. Tommy was better looking than us. He got more girls than us. He could play guitar better than us. He was a better Catholic than all of us. And now Tommy sells used cars. And we're going to go play this rock and roll gig over here in Europe somewhere. And I was like, dang, it all comes down to whether or not you can hang.
That's wicked.
Yeah. And I'm just like, dude, you don't have to talk to me, dude.
Thanks for the life advice.
Holy shit.
Zach Wilde.
And I said something about his guitar line that he had at the time, is doing now.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, oh, I've got a couple of fiddles in the green room if you want to come check them out. And I just was like, yeah, there's no fucking way.
There's no way. That. I couldn't bring myself to do it.
What am I going to do?
Actually, I'm going to go throw up in the corner.
What are you No, I'm not doing that. No. But I appreciate it. I'm really looking for catering.
Would you like a sandwich? I'll bring you anything you want.
Getting kind of hungry. You don't have to talk to me, Mr. Wild.
Mr. Wild?
Yeah. It's pretty funny, dude.
I love that, man.
Yes, you find yourself in weird positions.
And
But that's what's magic about it. Is like, you know, I come from literally the poorest of the poor background. And like,
I mean, I imagine Zach Wild's probably one of your like your.
oh, he's
your,
awesome, dude. The swing, you know what
especially
I mean?
with the Pantera background and all the early metal stuff. Like you're just like that.
It's great, you know. And then
You're
like
a literal rock god,
dude. Just all the pictures of that like bullseye Les Paul you've seen in every musician's friend that ever got kicked around your friend group.
$3,300.
Yeah,
I'll own it someday, man. Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I got some in the green room. You want to come check them out? And I'm like, nope, fuck no, hell no, no. We're gonna go eat some real bad Salisbury steak or something over here.
Some dry ass chicken fingers.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
But that's what's awesome about it, is like
the run-ins.
Or just, man, rock and roll rules, because at this point I've been all around this whole world.
Yeah.
Why? Because I didn't get girls in high school and I learned to play guitar.
Right, with 6 strings and a dream.
It's crazy, dude.
That's crazy.
Rock and roll is the best thing.
God, and it worked out.
Yeah, and you can wear zebra print pants. No one cares.
And
no one bats an eye.
You can just do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want to do.
So long as you can just earn a small living.
Yeah. I'm not even all that concerned with that most of the
I
time.
can tell you.
You know?
Currently using Wi-Fi to make text messages.
Yeah, I don't really, like, I have a job and I love my job. And my
you got a job?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
You weld or something?
No.
Strike me as a welder.
Complete opposite.
Complete opposite.
I'm in IT.
I've never owned a computer in my life, which is a true story. I've never had.
That's wild.
But I work at a place that makes and produces child-safe, non-toxic, vegan-friendly fingernail polish for kids. Great.
That's not...
Piggy
paint, no
dude.
one listening right now
Piggy paint, dude.
ever would have piggy paint.
Y'all go on your confuser boxes or to the Target.
Oh, they sell it at Target.
Yeah, heck yeah,
cool.
dude. We
store.
put out like $5 million or 5 million bottles of fingernail polish last year.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Piggy paints.
Piggy paint.
I'll tell all my friends with kids, dude.
It's in there.
Piggy paints. Is that what's
great.
on you right now?
Yeah.
The gold?
Yeah, but it didn't really stick very well.
Yeah.
Well, just because I've been doing quite a bit.
Well, you know, you got to put the coat on.
Yeah.
I'm married, so I get it.
Yeah, and I didn't. I just threw
My
on
wife's
a base coat and just...
a hair lady, so she knows all. I know all about the things.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't put the top coat on, it's going to go away soon.
Yeah, and you got to put the primer coat on there. Yeah.
See, I chew my fingernails and I do flooring, so mine are literally just like, that's just grout. I'm just covered in filth constantly because it just stains my body.
I've done a lot of other jobs. Like, this is just what I do now, but I framed houses for a while.
Sure. Construction's a huge musician job because you can just
a lot
go,
of dirt work.
I'm out of here, Frank. See you in a month. You talk to most musicians and you're like, what'd you do before? They're like, I'd hang drywall.
Yeah.
You know? Or I was in construction some way.
A lot of like manual labor stuff.
Yep.
Either that or it'll be like, for band dudes, there's a lot of like food service and stuff, like service industry.
Easily quittable and re-gettable jobs. Yeah.
And always going to be available in some fashion.
There's no shortage of any of those things. I mean, you can literally walk on a job site and be like, I got a hammer, and they'll be like, there's the stuff.
Yeah.
Put it on the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And however good you are at that is how long you get to keep coming back.
That's right. Yeah. And that's how much you make, too, by the way.
That's how much you make, too, yeah.
How much you think you're worth? You're like 20, they're like 7.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Yeah, man. But yeah, now I just make... I label fingernail polish bottles.
That's so wild,
it's
dude.
It's great, man.
Your life is a roller coaster.
My bosses are awesome.
That's amazing.
My boss is the bass player for the band that I'm about to go play.
Come on.
Yeah. And one of the other guys, our drummer works there too, and our other guitar player works there too.
Well, that's amazing.
And yeah, dude, it's great. We just be in
Is
there
it like just a warehouse or like a small facility?
It's a warehouse in Lowell, Arkansas.
Lowell, yeah.
And like all the business part is run out of there too, you know, and we just handle like the production part of it. Yeah.
Man, that's
put
wicked.
it in the bottles and put the labels on and cap them and all that stuff.
Dude,
it's great, dude. It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I work with like all my best friends and like some really sweet like older women.
You should do like a Philly Selects and sell it at your merch booth,
Right,
man. Like
yeah.
just your own
Right.
version.
I told
Like
him
a
that
black
we should,
glitter or something.
See, I told him that we should do a line for like rock and roll. Like, think about.
It's coming back.
Well, but think about like all like the rock and roll songs that have to like with colors, right? Like Purple Haze.
Oh,
do a
Yellow
purple
from
one.
Coldplay.
Yeah, Yellow Submarine for the Beatles. You could do like Blue Monday. You could do Every Day I Got. You could do however many blues you got.
Right.
You could do Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain. You could do
Bloody Sunday. Do a
Bloody
red.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do like Raining
Raining Blood, Slayer.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on. Anybody wants to make my ideas work for me?
I think you work at the place.
Yeah, well.
They need some convincing. Denny's did it. Come
Yeah,
on, man.
Yeah, I'll talk to him when I get back to the show.
You used to be able to order like the who's the dude from Taking Back Sunday? What's his name? Azaria.
Adam Lazzara.
Lazara. The Lazara special or whatever from
Is that a real
Denny's.
thing?
They had a real
That's
real
funny.
Eggs Over Miami or something.
Moons Over Miami.
But they did like it was in conjunction with the band.
That's funny.
So ridiculous.
My whole life, my friend group had this made up club. It was called Club Dead.
Club
Don't
Dead.
eat at Denny's.
Don't eat at Denny's.
Don't eat at Denny's.
Because the diarrhea.
Just everything was bad.
Oh, dude.
Like just service, worst service, like everything. So we were just like, people were like, oh, let's go to Denny's. Be like, can't, dude, dead for life.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you talking about? Don't eat at Denny's. Now, and I don't really eat out.
The
much
fancy
anymore,
Denny's
but
are okay.
Yeah.
I ate at one recently and like
always eat at Chili's.
always eat at
Chili's
Chili's.
is good. I do
That's
have
right.
a Chili's tattoo.
I know.
Yeah. I also don't really eat at Chili's very much.
Well, they got rid of my favorite meal, so they can go fuck their whole self.
I don't.
I can't believe it.
I
Bring the chicken crispers
I
back,
don't
you
really
dirty
eat
bitches.
out of like at all.
Yeah.
Really. I just cook my own food.
I would say I don't, but my body lies.
I mean, I'm a big feller too, but
Yeah.
I just cook my own.
when I'm alone, and I've been alone for 2 weeks, my wife's been in Dallas, and that's all I've done.
It's great, dude.
And I just work.
I grill a lot.
See that? Yeah, man.
It's great. Just a little grill.
I've almost. I see. I'm like a detail kind of guy, so I've almost got my outdoor kitchen done, which is pretty swanky. I just got a fridge from a friend. You know that friend, that homeboy hookup. He moved. He's like, I don't need this fridge. I was like, I do. So I'm almost done, and
There you go.
then I'll start grilling.
Yeah. See, I just am like, nope. Got a little Weber kettle grill that I got from Christmas from my work one
There you
year.
go. Is it charcoal?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll grill now. I can grill.
What? Listen, you live in the woods from time to time. I know you can
Yeah,
cook.
yeah.
Probably cook a damn dinner on a log better than most people
Yeah,
can cook
well,
a whole
I mean,
meal in a house.
If we you know, I can't write a check or whatever, but I could keep us alive in the woods for however
Amen.
long we need to be alive in
That's
the woods.
awesome, dude.
Yeah.
You're on tour and just doing bad. You're like, hey, man, give me 17 minutes in a rock.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We'll figure our way out of this.
Uh-huh.
Usually that just means like somebody will fix this at some point.
Well, I'll never forget the house show tour. The first place we stopped was Taco Bell. Got orders 4 bean and cheese burritos, and he ate on those for like 2 weeks.
He's lying. It wasn't no 2 weeks. A couple days though.
How?
It's a solid like 4 or 5 days. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple days. Well,
That's all you had?
Yeah. Well, you just like eat a burrito a day.
Eat a burrito a day. A burrito a day, but you're burning insane
Yeah,
calories
but
at these shows.
yeah, I mean a little bit, but like, and you know that wouldn't be all. I would be steady eating some like Cliff Bars or something. every
Okay,
so
like little
often.
snacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they had a ham and cheese plate at the venue.
Yeah, but like, well, it was a house show. There wasn't no.
Oh, sure.
But
What's the rider? A Hormel
Yeah,
ham and cheese
but,
plate from Walmart.
yeah, like, see, I didn't ever even think about that kind of stuff, but everyone else was like, dude, that is crazy that you. I'm like, yeah, well, you spend like $6 on 4 of these burritos or whatever, and then like eat one, and then you just save the rest because it was in the wintertime. It's not like it's gonna go bad in
That's
the van.
true.
It's cold.
It's cold, yeah.
So like I would just have one, and then you know like maybe after the show, everybody else was like, "Oh, I'm so hungry." I'm just like, "I got a burrito right here." Eat that
is
burrito, and then like
crazy.
the next morning they'd be like, "Oh, I'm so hungry. We need to stop." I'd be like, "I got a burrito right here." You know what I mean? That's pretty much it.
Really just pulling out burritos and be
Yeah.
like, I got a pocket burrito right
Yeah,
here.
just all right here. You know, give 4 or 5 at a time.
You can eat for a
That's
week.
a week,
dude.
yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. Like if you were like alive in the woods, right, and you're like, it's like you can go like a good while without food, right?
Oh yeah.
But there's enough calories, friends and neighbors, in a Taco Bell burrito
Yes.
that
You're not
you got
wrong.
plenty to get through this evening, my
Yeah.
friend. If you can't, you know.
It's-
That being said, I do like to eat, but it's like in that kind of thing, it's like, I mean, I'm just.
You know how to use the reserves.
But also at that point, I was quite a bit smaller than I am now.
Fair.
I had been like intermittent fasting for a
Oh,
while,
yeah.
and like for like a year and some change, and I was down to like 180 something.
Wow.
Yeah, which was crazy, and I felt like crap.
Really?
Oh Lord, I felt so weak all the time. Of course, I probably.
Well, you're
'cause I
only
wasn't
eating a burrito in
Yeah,
a
yeah.
day.
I know, but don't tell me what to do.
I'm not. I would never.
But yeah, no, I don't know, man. The human body doesn't really need as much as what you think it does.
Oh, it does not.
Yeah.
No. And it really doesn't take a whole lot to
No.
get there.
No one actually needs 3 square meals a day.
No.
In my opinion.
Or a whole Little Caesars pizza.
No.
Me,
But sometimes it makes you feel good.
brother.
Or I mean, for a minute.
You know, about till you get to that last slice and
Yeah,
you realize
yeah.
you're a fat piece of shit.
Yeah.
And
Well, you go to bed and you're like, like everything hurts.
you're
and
just,
it's
like literally at the top.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're breathing heavy.
Yeah. But like, yeah. Now I might eat like 2 Taco Bell burritos.
That's my. I've been trying to get away from all my indulgences. I quit smoking. Like I quit.
wish I could.
I quit caffeine for the most part. Like I only have caffeine when I come in here and I'm just kind of like dragging ass. I'm like, can't do a podcast when you're asleep. So I'll have some and only some then. And now I'm working on, can't eat the whole pizza, dummy. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
But fasting, I've been trying that.
Hey man,
It's working okay.
the greatest measure of power is restraint.
12 to 18 hours.
Yeah.
Like no food, and then
Well, I'm even whenever I was doing it, I wasn't super picky about like what time I would start eating, but I just wouldn't eat until supper time. And then when it
Okay.
comes supper time, I can just eat whatever I want.
fair.
You know what I mean? And then for the whole rest of the next day, I just don't eat. So like even still, I don't usually eat anything. I don't eat anything throughout the day until like supper.
Wow.
Usually.
One meal a day.
Yeah.
Dang. But you can eat whatever you want.
I eat whatever I want.
That's good.
I'm not in great shape or whatever, but like, you know what I mean.
You
But
gotta be in decent shape though.
not
You do
really.
quite a bit.
You know, I put stickers on fingernail
You
polish
hunt?
swells. No, not really.
No.
I have done a bunch of it when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not as much into the like just killing part of it.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I mean, I've done plenty of it, but
Sure, same.
and if for food, or I'm not against it in any sense, but I just, for me, it's not even.
Yeah. I get it.
It's not my thing.
Yeah, it's not my thing. Yeah.
I've even, like been deer hunting and like had perfect shots and then just been like, this moment's cool.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
not.
I get that.
Because then
totally.
after that, all the real work starts.
Yup.
So
And dragging a 200-pound animal out of a woods.
sucks,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. But like, yeah, with fishing, it's just like, oh, hey, I caught you. Thank you.
Mwah. Bye,
Throw it
little
back.
buddy.
Yeah. Thanks, dude.
Mm-hmm. Fishing is fun.
Fish is great, man.
You got a boat, or are you just off the
No,
dock?
I don't even do docks. I usually do like little creek arms of rivers and
Mhm.
stuff, like the White River
Oh man.
or whatever. So like a lot of
Beautiful.
wading, a lot of walk. So like every time you're walking a good 3 miles of riverbank, like gravel banks and stuff. It's not easy necessarily, but it's
10 minutes. All right, dude. This has been a blast, Philly.
Yeah, dude, thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you got anything you need to plug or anything?
No, man, not really.
I didn't think you did. Just
I was
listen
happy
to
be here. Yeah.
listen to the handful of bands you're in, and
Yeah, I've been in a bunch of them. I don't know.
yeah. Dude. All right, I'll do the sign off. We're on all the social medias. Twitter is CrashCastPod1. Everything else is CrashCastPod. And thank you for listening. Peace. Boop. Yay! Man. Put my shoe back on. I lost it halfway through the episode. Yeah. Lost the shoe sitting down.